A lot of ways to participate, but yes, I'm here to stay. But I've grown up. I was around during the period where the crypto cowboys lived, and I survived that all. And I even testified in front of the Senate and the House and whatever else the testimonies were during the tumultuous period. And most of those got income. If it's more than 1/3, you bought too much house. So it's better to buy a house that's maybe it's only going to be 1,900 square feet to start in a neighborhood that you may not want to stay in for the rest of your life, but start to accrue the benefit of real estate from that point of view. Learn how to manage it. Maybe you rent part of it out or whatever, but it can't be more than 1/3 of your income. The mistake that people made, and they're starting to suffer from it now, is when money was so.
Bitcoin Zella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to Bitcoin Zella today and enjoy the new edge. Kevin O'Leary reveals secrets to wealth, business success, and true financial freedom. Let's dive in and learn how.
It's 1/3. So that's broken the rule, but there's reasons for that, and I'm very happy with that portfolio. But that if everybody that's listening to this does that, they will maintain and grow their wealth. But it's people bet, they make big bets. They think they're so damn right. They put half their net worth into one sector or one stock, and they get wiped out. That's what happens.
So would your mother pick the stocks herself, or would she invest in an index fund? Or
She indexed.
she used it? So okay.
Even back then, they didn't have ETFs, but they had mutual funds that said the only stock in this mutual fund it doesn't have any debt and it pays dividends. Whatever. They were very rudimentary back then. They were just collections of stocks. I think she had like 28 names or something like that in the portfolio. But if you looked at them, they were really boring large cap names. But they were sectorally diverse. There wasn't 10 sectors back then. There wasn't 11, there was 10. So they didn't have real estate as a sector. So, but I looked at it saying, wow, these are really boring.
You learned a lot about money from your early upbringing, right? From that early context.
Yeah, because what she said to me was, look, I even do this today with wealthy people call me up all the time. It's a prerogative. I'm treated like a criminal by transferring $100,000 over, turn it into Swiss francs. It takes about a week. I get screwed for about 200 basis points in the whole thing. If he accepted USDC, which is actually a stable coin backed by the US dollar, just went public, very successful IPO. I was a shareholder in that company too. That's one of my best IPOs in the last 2 years. The transaction would happen in less than a second. And the fees would be 1/100th of what the costs are right now. So it's a digital payment system. The price it's no speculation on it. It's backed by the US dollar, treasury bills. So it's sort of a new form of digital payment. That's different than Bitcoin, which is a speculation. If you believe in Bitcoin, you think it's a digital gold and you live through the volatility. I believe in both. I believe that crypto will be the 12th sector of the S&P in some period of time because it provides productivity to all 11 other sectors. So the way I own it is I own the exchanges. My exchange, in one called WonderFi up in Canada, just got acquired last week or 2 weeks ago by Robinhood. I'm happy because I think Vlad, who runs Robinhood's great. And now he's got 1 million plus accounts in Canada, a market that he'd never participated in. But the point is, this is never going away. It's going to stay forever. So how do you participate? You can buy some Bitcoin, just like you can buy gold, buy it in an ETF or actually own it yourself. You can buy the exchanges. You can use, you can buy Circle stock now it's public. Circle makes USDC. You can buy USDC in an account and make 4.1% interest on it right now. So there's a
Robert Kiyosaki, the best-selling author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, is doubling down on Bitcoin, even as the price hovers above $108,000. Despite feeling like he came to the party late, Kiyosaki is still buying, convinced that Bitcoin will eventually blow past the $1 million mark. He admits his hesitation in the past came from not fully understanding modern money and how Bitcoin fits into the changing financial system. Kiyosaki shared that he once thought Bitcoin was too expensive when it was just $6,000, a decision he now regrets. Today, as the price pushes closer to new highs, he's determined not to miss the next wave. He believes that anyone who hesitates now will feel the same regret he once did, only at much higher prices. According to him, Bitcoin remains one of the best long-term plays for financial freedom in a world of shaky fiat currencies. Meanwhile, Bitcoin maximalist Pierre Rochard says we haven't even reached the euphoric zone, yet implying there's still significant upside potential. Kiyosaki has even predicted Bitcoin could hit $250,000 by the end of the year. While that might sound bold, he's placing his bets early, buying more before what he believes could be a historic rally into seven-figure territory.
A lot of ways to participate, but yes, I'm here to stay. But I've grown up. I was around during the period where the crypto cowboys lived, and I survived that all. And I even testified in front of the Senate and the House and whatever else the testimonies were during the tumultuous period. And most of those guys went to jail.
Your portfolio in terms of Bitcoin allocation or crypto allocation, what is it now?
It's at about all in. We marked to market last month. It was 19.1%.
19.1%.
Yeah, I have to keep it under 20. It's a sector. So, but remember, in that is the cryptos itself, the Bitcoin, the USDC, and the shares of the infrastructure companies like Circle and everything else. I've got, it was a very successful IPO.
One of the first things most people do when they get a bit of money, usually from their job, is they get a mortgage on a house, because we're kind of taught as we grow up that the best way to make, or the not maybe the best, but the most obvious way to create wealth is to buy your first home.
Yeah, there's a very basic rule for that. And I understand it, and I did the same thing. But what I made sure again from my mother was never let the mortgage and the cost of maintaining the house be more than 1/3 of your income. 1/3 of your income. If it's more than 1/3, you bought too much house. So it's better to buy a house that's maybe it's only going to be 1,900 square feet to start in a neighborhood that you may not want to stay in for the rest of your life, but start to accrue the benefit of real estate from that point of view. Learn how to manage it. Maybe you rent part of it out or whatever, but it can't be more than 1/3 of your income. The mistake that people made, and they're starting to suffer from it now, is when money was so...
Strategy, formerly known as MicroStrategy, just made a major move, shifting nearly $796 million worth of Bitcoin into 3 new wallet addresses. According to blockchain analytics platform LookOnChain, this massive transfer likely reflects an effort to strengthen security and optimize the management of its enormous crypto treasury. With this move, Strategy's total Bitcoin holdings are closing in on a jaw-dropping 600,000 BTC, further cementing its status as the largest corporate holder of Bitcoin in the world. Just last week, the company made a relatively small addition of $26 million worth of BTC, but this latest move signals something bigger. Strategy isn't just stacking sats, it's actively organizing and protecting its long-term position. Michael Saylor, the company's co-founder and outspoken Bitcoin advocate, has long maintained a strict no-sell policy. He's repeatedly called Bitcoin the ultimate exit strategy, emphasizing that selling would shatter trust within the Bitcoin community. To date, Strategy has sold Bitcoin only once, back in December 2022 for tax loss harvesting. Even then, they quickly rebought more than they sold just days later. The message from Saylor is clear. This isn't just an investment, it's a belief. And as Strategy keeps moving big money on chain, the crypto world is watching closely to see what comes next. And do not forget to subscribe to BitcoinZella. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.